Hello dear students, this is Professor Amar Bakodi. So this is the third session on problems on the second module, that is hydrological losses. So in the previous sessions we have seen variations in determination or variation in the type of questions what they are going to ask whenever it is with respect to the infiltration indices. Okay, so today also we'll continue with the same types of problem. Okay. The table below gives the time distribution of a rainfall lasting for 9 hours. If the direct runoff is 9.3 centimeters, determine phi index of the storm and time of excess rainfall. Okay, so here also if you check out, the question is a bit slightly different, but the entire concept and calculation is still going to remain same. So it is quite similar to the first problem that we have solved over there. Okay, so what they have given is table given below gives the time distribution of a rainfall. So this is the rainfall from 1 hour to 9 hour. So they have given the incremental rainfall for all these 9 hours. Okay, if the direct runoff Q value, they have given it as 9.3 centimeters, and then they are asked you to determine the phi index. Along with that, they have even asked you to determine the excess rainfall. So to determine phi index, you require the excess rainfall, so automatically you will be getting those things. Okay, now total rainfall is P is equals to 16.7 centimeters. So it has not been given in the question, but incremental particular values have been given over here. So with respect to that, if you add up these values, you are going to directly get the 16.7 centimeters. So here again I'll repeat why I'm saying to add up all these things is because here it is incremental rainfall and the duration is only 1 hour only. Okay, so that's why intensity as well as the amount of rainfall are going to become same, since it is per hour increment that we have over here. Okay, so addition of all these values will become 16.7 centimeters, and total runoff they have given it as 9.3 centimeters in the question itself. So with respect to that, your W index is P minus Q divided by TR. P is 16.7 centimeters, Q is 9.3, divided by 9 is the total duration of the rainfall that is going to occur over here. So is equals to 0.822 centimeters per hour. Okay, so if you check out this W index, it is going to be 0.822 centimeters per hour is the total amount of rainfall, W index that is going to be there. So this is the average infiltration index. Now here also per hour we got, here also we have per hour, so there is no much of a confusion here. Now I need to compare this 0.882 with the values which is being given in the table. Okay, so 0.7, if you check out, this is actually less than 0.82, so 1.4 is more, 2.4 is more, 3.7, 2.9, 2.6, 1.7, 0.8 is also less. Okay, and similarly 0.5 is less than the comparable value of W index. So at this point of time, again the same procedure, 16.7 that is P, 9.3 that is Q, minus the duration when the excess rainfall has not occurred. So first hour 0.7, 8th hour that is 0.8, and 9th hour that is 0.5, divided by total duration is 9 hours. Out of that I have removed 3 hours as I have indicated over here. So 9 minus 3 is equals to 6, and with that we are getting the value of phi index as 0.9 centimeters per hour. So here also you can check it out. 0.9 is the value for phi index, and for W index it is 0.882. So here also you can check it out. W index is always less than the phi index. Okay, so in this your even the duration of excess rainfall, what is being asked over here, that is nothing but the 6 hours that is indicating the duration of excess rainfall. Okay, so this is how we can solve this simple problem that we have, which is similar to the first problem that we have solved. Okay. So this is one of the again variations in which they can ask you the questions on infiltration indices. So this is quite interesting. So let us go through this. The rate of rainfall for a successive 30 minutes period of a 4-hour storm are as follows. 3.5, 6.5, 8.5, 7.8, 6.4, 4, 4 and 6 centimeters per hour. Taking the value of phi index as 4.5 centimeters per hour, compute the following. The first one is total rainfall, second one is total rainfall excess, and third one is W index. Okay, so first try to understand the question. What they are saying is there is a storm of 4 hours duration. Okay, and the values have been collected, the intensity values have been collected at every 30 minutes interval. Okay, so 0 minutes, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180 and so on. So basically they are interval in terms of this particular 30 minutes interval. Okay, so it is similar to the third problem that we have solved. Okay, the intensities they have given it over here, 3, 6.5 and so forth. So intensities are in terms of centimeters per hour. Okay, now they have already given you the value of phi index as 4.5 centimeters per hour, and with that they are asking you to determine what is the total rainfall, what is the total rainfall excess, and what is the W index. So this is what they are asking you to determine. Okay, now if you check this out, one thing that needs to be understood over here. Okay, so this problem can be solved with the help of a hyetograph, that is with the help of a figure, or even if you are able to visualize the things well, then even without that particular figure, basically you can solve this problem. Okay, just for the sake of discussion or explanation. Okay, so here I will try to explain you without the figure. Okay, and once you watch this particular session, if any of the students feel difficulty to understand this, please be in touch with me so that I can give you one more solution with the figure where the things are going to be much more clearer. Okay, so right now why am I not utilizing that figure is because I want you to involve in these problems and you try to visualize what explanation is being given through these online sessions. Okay, so keeping this in mind, basically they are asking you to determine total rainfall, total excess rainfall and W index. Okay, so first thing is regarding the total rainfall. Okay, if you what I can say, refer back the third problem that we have solved, this step is exactly similar, but again here the way of representing that particular calculation is a bit different. Okay, so still you can go ahead and you can make a table of your own. Okay, where you can make a table of you can make a table of your own where you are going to write as if it is time. Yeah, and it is this thing, which one, the intensity of rainfall. Okay, so for 0 it is 0. Okay, for 30 minutes it is, the first value is 3.5, so 3.5. Next for 60 minutes it is 6.5 and so on. So you can go on doing such kind of table if you want, basically. Okay, if you refer that particular problem, the third problem, after this, the third row, what we have done is we had made it as rainfall depth. Okay, we have called it as rainfall depth. So what we have done, since the interval was there for 30 minutes and the intensity of rainfall, what the question has given is in terms of centimeters per hour, I have divided this value by 2. The intensity value, whatever we had they had given, we had actually divided by 2, right? So in that way, basically you can go on doing this. So 3.5 divided by 2, 6.5 divided by 2. So you can go on doing these things, so that if you add up all the values that you are going to get in the third row, that itself is going to be the total precipitation that you are going to get. Okay, so that is one way of doing it, as it was similar with the problem 3. Okay, now one more way of doing this is, ultimately you already know what is the gist of calculating this. Okay, so with respect to that, total is 30 minutes. Okay, so here whatever value intensity they are giving you, what is your entire formula, you want to divide it by 2 and add it to the next number. Okay, so ultimately you will be getting all the by 2 numbers over here, and once you add up all those things, then only you are going to get the value of P, that is total precipitation. So for that, what we have done here is, 3.5 plus 6.5, 8.5, 7, 6.4, 4, 4 and 6. That is the this intensity what the problem has been given over here. Okay, all the values of intensities what the problem has given. We have added all that and we have multiplied it by 30 divided by 60. So 30 by 60 in the sense what? Here also we are trying to convert that minute into per hour. Okay, so what is 30 by 60? It is nothing but what? 1 by 2 only. Okay, so irrespective of, in the case of this particular tabular column, you are actually dividing each bit by 2 and then adding. Sorry, you are dividing each bit by 2 and then you are adding that. But in this case what we are doing, since we already know the calculations that needs to be done over here, we are adding all the values which are already given in terms of per hour only, and then the entire addition we are dividing it by 2. Okay, so with this calculation if you do that, ultimately I am going to get the value of P as 23.35 centimeters. So this is nothing but what? The value of the total precipitation because of the 4 hours of rainfall that has occurred. Okay, so you can go ahead and do it in this way. If not, you can go ahead and do it with the analytical method just now what I said. So this P value is 223.35 centimeters. So that is the answer for the first bit of the problem. Now the second bit is total rainfall excess. So if you remember the basic concept of this total rainfall excess, so total rainfall excess is nothing but the rainfall at which your runoff is going to occur. Okay, so this is nothing but indirectly it is giving you the value of Q itself. Okay, if you go back to the previous slides where I have explained in a much more depth about these particular things, you will understand whenever it is effective rainfall or excess rainfall, that is always is equals to the rainfall that is causing the runoff. Okay, so that's why here I can compare, or I can say the total excess rainfall is equals to the value of runoff, that is equals to the value of Q, which is going to be there. Okay, so now for the determination of this second bit, excess rainfall or now hatched area is basically with the figure. So even I have that, but I want to explain with respect to this theoretical aspect so that you can visualize the things. Okay, so right now you forget this hatched area. Okay, so now excess rainfall, how you are going to calculate it now? Check it out. Excess rainfall is when you don't have you have the runoff. Okay, you need to neglect the ordinates when the runoff is not there. Okay, so that's why here already they have given you the value of phi index. So phi index they have given it as 4.5 centimeter per hour. Yeah, 4.5 centimeter per hour. Even the units of this particular intensity they have given it in centimeters per hour. So both the units are same. Okay, with this what I can say, even though the interval is only 30 minutes, but the intensity of rainfall that they have given as well as the phi index intensity is in terms of hour only. So there is no need for me to again convert this per hour into per half an hour as we have done in the third problem. So no need of that right now. So it is the one more iteration or modification to the third problem what we have. So since we have the phi index as well as the intensity of rainfall in the same unit, I can directly say that the values which they have given, in which the values which are less than 4.5 will not contribute to the runoff. So directly with that what I can say, I can deduct 4.5 from the remaining numbers. Okay, so with that you can check out 3.5 is less than that, so I am not going to consider this. Now next one, 6.5 is greater than 4.5. I know there is a excess rainfall here. How much excess rainfall is there? This is the amount of rainfall that is infiltrating, that is nothing but the phi index. That phi index is indicating the same thing, the amount of water that is infiltrating. So total rainfall is 6.5. Out of that 4.5 is going down. So how much is remaining? 2 centimeters is remaining. So that 2 centimeters of rainfall which is remaining is nothing but the runoff value that is going to be there. So that's why here what I have done, I have here you can check out, I have 6.5 minus 4.5. So I have neglected the 3.5 here. the first iteration, because I know there is no runoff generated from this part. Second 30 minutes, I know the rainfall runoff has been generated. So how much runoff has been generated or how much excess rainfall has been there, that is 6.5 is the total rainfall between the 30 and 60 minute mark. Amount of infiltration that is occurring is 4.5 centimeters per hour. So difference of these two will give me the excess rainfall for 30 minutes to 60 minutes. I hope it is clear for you. Similarly, for the 60 minutes to 90 minutes, so 8.5 is greater than 4.5. So here also I know the excess rainfall is occurring. So how I'll get that? That is basically 8.5 minus 4.5. So total amount of rainfall occurring is 8.5, and out of that 4.5 is being infiltrated inside, and the remaining value is 4 centimeters per hour is nothing but the runoff which is going to be there. Okay. Similarly, 7.8 I am deducting it with 4.5. Okay. Next 6.4 I am deducting it with 4.5. Now the next thing, if you check out 4 is less than 4.5, I am not going to consider this, I am going to neglect this. Again 4 is less than 4.5, I am going to neglect this. 6 is greater than 4.5, so that's why I am going to add again this 6 minus 4.5. Okay, and all these values, since we need to convert that into half an hour now, so that's why totally I am dividing it by 1 by 2 or 30 by 60. Both the thing will mean the same to you. Okay, so ultimately I am going to get the value of Q or excess rainfall as 6.5 centimeters. I hope you got that. So here what I have done, I have neglected the values. Which actually were less than 4.5 or the 5 index. So that is one section, second section and the third section. So I have neglected these three sections. Okay, and then I have gone for the calculation of this excess rainfall. Okay, so with this calculation I can say the excess rainfall is 6.35 centimeters. So that is the answer for your second bit. Okay. Now the last bit is determination of W index. So for W index we have a formula P minus Q divided by TR. So with the first and second one we have already determined P value as 23.35 centimeters and Q value as 6.35 centimeters. Okay, divided by TR is, so this is the whole duration of the rainfall, that is 4 hours, that has been already given in the question. So ultimately I am getting how much? 4.25 as centimeters per hour as the W index for the infiltration rate. So here also you can check out the amount of value of W index is 4.25 and the value of phi index is 4.5. So again here you can check out phi index is always greater than W index. Okay, so this is how this fourth type of problem can be solved on the infiltration index. Now again let us start with the question. This is the sixth problem that we are solving. A catchment area of 40 kilometers square has one recording gauge. During a storm, the following mass curve rainfall was recorded. So time from start 0, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14 hours. And accumulated rainfall over is 0, 8, 22, 74, 92, 105, 114 and 120. So here also you can compare this problem with the second problem that we have solved. Okay, it is exactly similar to that. If the volume of runoff due to the storm measured is 2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, estimate the W index for the catchment. Okay, so here it will be like total volume of runoff is how much? 2 into 10 to the power of 6, that has been given in the question. Catchment area is 40 kilometers squared. Yeah, so 40 kilometers squared which is there, if I convert that into meter square, it is going to become 10 raised to 6. How it is 10 raised to 6? 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters, right? Yeah, since it is kilometer squared, I need to multiply 1000 meter into 1000 meter. So ultimately I will be getting 10 to the power of 6 meter squared. Okay, so 1 kilometer square is equals to 10 to the power of 6 meters square. So with that calculation, so catchment area, I have converted that into meter square and it has come out to be 40 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube. Okay. Now next is to determine the depth of rainfall, that is your depth of runoff, that is Q. So here it is total, this is volume is equals to what? Area into depth. So if you want depth, the area will come here. So volume divided by area will be your depth. So volume here is 2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube. Area is 40 into 10 to the power of 6. So depth is coming out to be 0.05 meters. So if I convert that into millimeters, I am getting it as 50 millimeters, which is there. Okay. So this is the value of Q. Now the total rainfall is 120 mm. So this 120 mm is given by what? The cumulative value. This is exactly similar to the second problem what we have solved. Since it is the cumulative value that has been given, so directly the last value of that itself is going to be the value of P. Okay, now with that, W index is again simple, P minus Q divided by TR. P is 120, Q is 50. TR is 14 hours as it is indicated in the table. Here I will be getting it as 5 millimeters per hour. Now again you check out, it is per hour, but here the interval is in terms of 2 hours, right? So that's why I need to convert this per hour into per 2 hours. How I'll do that? I'll multiply it by 2. So that's why for 2 hours the value will be 10 millimeters per 2 hour. Okay, so with respect to that, now I need to check the value, these particular values with respect to 10. Okay, so since it is an accumulated value, in the next column, if you can check out here in small text, I have written it in terms of the increments. Okay, 0 to 2 hours amount of rainfall occurred 8 mm. 2 to 4 hours amount of rainfall occurred 14 mm. So how this 14 has come? 22 minus 8 is 14. Similarly, 4 to 6 hours, 74 minus 22, that is 52. Next, 6 to 8, 92 minus 74, 18. 8 to 10, 105 minus 92, that is 13. 10 to 12, hour, 114 minus 105, so 9 millimeters. Similarly, 12 to 14, that is 120 minus 114, that is 6 millimeters. So this is how you can check the incremental values. So here I am not repeating the entire process once again. If any of the students are getting confused, please refer problem 2 in our sessions, where I have clearly shown you the calculations of how to get the effective precipitation from the cumulative values. Okay, so with respect to that, we got these values. Now I need to compare this 10 mm per 2 hour with these values that I have got here. Okay, with this you can see yeah, you can see here 8 mm is less than 10 mm. So I know for the first 2 hours there is no runoff. So 14 is greater than 10. So here I know 2 to 4 hours I have runoff. 4 to 6 hour 52, greater than 10, I know there is runoff. Next 6 to 8, 18, runoff is there. 8 to 10, 13, runoff is there. Now 10 to 12, the value is 9. So here I know the runoff will not be there. Okay, similarly 12 to 14, the value is 6, which is less than 10. So here I can understand there is no runoff. So here also you can check it out. There are 3 sections at which the excess rainfall is not there. Okay, so with respect to that, if I need to determine the phi index, it will be like what? P, that is 120, Q, that is 50, minus the durations at which the excess rainfall is not there. Okay, so 8 mm is the first 2 hours. Okay, 9 mm is from 10 hours to 12 hours, and 6 mm is from 12 hours to 14 hours. So that is nothing but the numerator. Denominator is total is how much? 14 hours. Out of 14 hours, I am deducting 3 sections of 2 hours. Okay, I am deducting 3 sections of 2 hours. So 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. So 14 minus 6, I am going to get 8. So with that, I am going to get the answer as 5.88 millimeters per hour as the answer. So here also you can check it out. This is nothing but the phi index, and this is nothing but the W index, 5 mm. So here also our theory checks out, where I say always phi index is greater than W index. So even that is true in this case. Okay, so this is how you can solve this particular problem on infiltration indices. So this is one more type of problem with respect to the infiltration. So this is not specifically with respect to the infiltration indices, but it is with respect to the infiltration rate. Okay. So let us read the question, try to understand this, and then we'll go for the solution. Okay. A 12-hour storm rainfall with the following depths in centimeters occurred over a basin: 2.0, 2.5, 7.6, 3.8, 10.6, 5, 7, 10, 6.4, 3.8, 1.4 and 1.4. The surface runoff resulting from the above storm is equivalent to 25.5 centimeters of depth over the basin. Determine the average infiltration index for the basin. Okay. So here what they have said is there is a 12-hour of rainfall or a storm that has occurred. Okay, and what they have done is they have collected the rainfall data for each hour and they have given it over here. Okay, the surface runoff is total is 25.5 centimeters, and with that they are asking you to determine average infiltration index for the basin. So see here, they are not specifically asking for a W index or phi index. They are saying average infiltration index. There is a bit of difference over here. Okay, so let us check out how to solve this. Okay, so let us just try to draw this. This is land. Okay, this is the precipitation that is occurring. So this precipitation is occurring for a duration of 12 hours, right? And the total precipitation that is going to occur, how I'll get it? That is by adding up all these values which are being given over here. Okay, that is by adding all the values which are being given over here. So if you add up all these values, so ultimately you will be getting the value of 61.5 centimeters as the total amount of rainfall that is occurring. Okay, so now as per the question itself, they are told you that 25.5 centimeter is the runoff. So the runoff which is generating from this is 25.5 centimeters. Is it right? So 25.5 centimeter is the runoff that we have. Okay, now based on this, determine the average infiltration index of the basin. Okay, so here if you check out the total infiltration that needs to be there, that will be is equals to total infiltration is what? So here only if I can show you with the figure, yeah. So total amount of rainfall that is occurring is 61.5 centimeter. Out of that 25.5 has been there in the runoff. So the total infiltration that has occurred is how much? It is 36 centimeters. So total amount of infiltration that has occurred over a duration of 12 hours is 36 centimeters. So the same thing is being calculated over here. So total infiltration is equals to total rainfall minus total runoff will give you the total infiltration which is going to be there. I hope it is clear for you. Okay. Now average infiltration, average only, it is not infiltration index. It is just the average infiltration if you want to check out. So this 36 centimeter of water has been infiltrated over a period of how many hours? Over a period of 12 hours. So that's why if you want average infiltration, this will be 36, that is the total infiltration, divided by duration of the rainfall, that is 12 hours. So here I got this as 3 centimeter per hour is the average infiltration that is taking place from the soil for the given set of condition as per the question which has been given to us. Okay, I hope till now it is clear for you. So here I have not gone for the calculation of W or phi index because they have not specifically asked for that. They have asked for the average infiltration index. So this is somewhat related to I can say you are partially related to your this thing infiltration capacity, Horton's curve, right? So it is a part of that, I can tell you that. Okay, I hope till here it is clear for you. Sorry, I hope it is clear till this point. What we have done, we have taken the total precipitation by adding all these values, then we have taken the duration 12 hours, already it has been given. Total runoff, it has been given as 25.5. so total infiltration is Total precipitation minus total runoff will give you total infiltration, that is 36 centimeters for a period over a duration of 12 hours. Now average infiltration is total infiltration divided by duration is, now I am getting it as 3 centimeter per hour as the average infiltration. Now you check out, if I compare this value, okay, with the values that have been given in the question over here, even these values are per hour only, right? So that's why if I compare the 3 centimeter per hour value with respect to the values which are given in the question, what I will come to understand from the above data, first, second, 11th and 12th hour will have infiltration equals to rainfall intensity, that is I is equals to FC, I is less than FC. So what does this mean? Since the average infiltration is 3 centimeters per hour, if the intensity of rainfall is less than 3 centimeters per hour, then I'll make sure that, or else this indicates that there is no runoff. Please try to visualize what I am saying. Once again I am requesting you, please try to visualize. So for example, if I just try to tell you one or two sections over here. For the first case, this is land, okay. For the first hour, if I check out, the amount of rainfall is occurring is 2 centimeter per hour, right? Whereas the infiltration rate is how much? 3. So all the rainfall that is occurring is directly getting infiltrated, because infiltration rate is more than the amount of rainfall that is occurring. So at this section there is no runoff that is going to go on, okay. I hope you understood this point. Similarly, if I take the third hour, 7.6, so if the amount of rainfall is occurring is 7.6, okay, and the amount of infiltration is 3, then the runoff generated over here is 4.6. I hope you got this point. So that's why what I say, if the intensity of rainfall is less than the infiltration rate, then your I means there will not be any rainfall that will be produced. If intensity of rainfall is more than the infiltration rate, that time the rainfall runoff is going to be produced. So that is what is meant by this particular note which has been given over here. I hope I am clear with that. Okay, first hour we have 2, second hour we have 2.5. So both these numbers are less than 3 centimeters. So both these numbers are less than the infiltration rate. So it indicates that for the first and second hour there is no runoff. All the rainfall that is occurring is directly going into the ground as infiltration. Similarly, 7.6, 3.8, 10, 5, 7, 6, 10, 6.4, 3.8. So till here again till the 10th hour we have the runoff that is occurring, okay. And similarly for the 11th hour and 12th hour which is there, so the value is 1.4 and 1.4, so it is less than 3 centimeters. So even in the 11th and 12th hour there is no runoff that is being generated, okay. So that's why we are going to note this down, okay. Now keeping this in mind, if I try to draw a time chart or a process chart for this to make you understand better of what we are trying to do here, it is let me try it out. Yeah, something like this, okay. Now here if I try to make it like this, okay, this is 0, yeah, this is here we have this, right? So 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, 7, we have 8, we have 9, we have 10, we have 11, we have 12, okay. So if I do that, and if I try to draw this line again, so 12 hours, so here only if it comes here, okay, if you please make like this, yeah. So at this point of time you can check it out. This is just a flow chart if I need to tell you, okay. So now you can check out for the first hour and for the second hour, and for the 11th hour and for the 12th hour there is no runoff which is being operated. So basically if you check out, the soil is having more capacity to let the water in, okay, but because the intensity of rainfall itself is less, for these 4 hours that I have mentioned over here. Because of that, the quantum of infiltration that is taking itself is less. Okay, so that's why this average infiltration will not be is equals to the average infiltration index. Okay, imagine this average infiltration index will be is equals to average infiltration will be is equals to average infiltration index when all the values which are given over here were more than this value. Try to visualize, if all the values given over here are more than the value what we have got with this calculation, then I can tell you that the average infiltration itself is going to become the average infiltration index, because throughout these 12 hours our amount of rainfall that is occurring is having more intensity than the amount of infiltration that it can take. So that's why the average infiltration itself will be is equals to average infiltration index. But right now if you check out, for these 4 hours, that is the first 2 hours and the last 2 hours, the amount of rainfall that is occurring is less than the infiltration capacity. So that's why the soil is having more capacity to infiltrate, but the amount of rainfall itself is less. Okay, so that's why here I cannot say average infiltration is equals to average infiltration index. I hope you got this point. Okay, so keeping that in mind, now I want to determine the average infiltration index. So at that, for that, imagine I am going to call this average infiltration index as F. Okay, some random value as F. Okay, now this infiltration index F is going to remain same from the 3rd hour till the 10th hour. Yeah, so for the 3rd hour till the 10th hour, this is going to remain same, because we have intensity more than this average infiltration, right? So at this point I can assure you that there is a runoff from 3rd hour to the 10th hour. There is sure, because of the calculation and comparison what we have done with the values they have been given over there. So with this in mind, I can say that so this F is going to remain same from 3rd hour to till 10th hour. Okay, 3rd hour till 10th hour, my F is going to remain same. So at that point of time, what I'll do, 8 times of F, that is 3rd hour to 10th hour. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you add up all these, it is 8 times or 8 hours of rainfall that is occurring. The value I am going to replace it with 8F. Okay, plus 2, that is the first hour rainfall that has occurred, plus 2.5, that is the second hour rainfall that has occurred, plus 1.4, that is the 11th hour rainfall, plus 1.4, that is the 12th hour rainfall. So all these infiltration together is equals to how much? It is nothing but the total infiltration that is going to be there. So that is how much? 36 centimeters which are going to be there. Okay, so 8F, I hope you understood why I have taken this as 8F, because for the 4 hours we have intensity of rainfall less than the infiltration capacity. Okay, so that's why only for out of 12 hours we are assuming or else we are sure that only for 8 hours our infiltration index is going to remain same, whereas for the remaining 4 hours it has varied because the intensity of rainfall is less than the infiltration rate. So that's why the equation is going to become 8 times the F, that is 8 times the average infiltration index, plus 2 plus 2.5, that is first and second hour, 1.4, 1.4, that is the 11th and 12th hour. So together all this we are getting it as 36 centimeters, because what we have shown over here, total precipitation minus total runoff, is total infiltration which is going to occur over a period of 12 hours. Okay, so keeping that in mind, if you solve this for F, you are going to get the average infiltration index as 3.6 centimeters per hour. 3.6 centimeters per hour. So you can check it out. So this 3.6 is more than the average infiltration. Why this is more than that? Because for the 4 hours the amount of rainfall occurring is less than the infiltration capacity, that is the soil is not being infiltrated to its full capacity. Okay, so that's why I cannot take average infiltration as equals to the average infiltration index. So here again I'll repeat, if all the values that have been given over here were more than this particular value, then I would have directly said no need of this calculation at that point of time. So directly average infiltration is equals to the average infiltration index itself. But here in this case, since 4 hours of rainfall are not producing any runoff, it is indicating that all the water is being infiltrated. So it indicates the amount of infiltration that the soil can take is still more than the amount of rainfall that is occurring. So that's why here we are taking this infiltration index as one of the term. And for 8 hours, that is from 3rd hour till the 10th hour, since the amount of rainfall is more than the average infiltration, we know that runoff is going to occur from 3rd hour to 8th hour. Okay, so from 3rd hour to 8th hour we have that rainfall runoff. Okay, so that's why we have taken it as 8f plus 2, 2.5, 1.4, 1.4. These are nothing but the infiltrations that have occurred in the 1st hour, 2nd hour, 11th hour and 12th hour. So together it is 36 centimeters. And if we solve for this f now, ultimately I am getting the average infiltration index as the 3.6 centimeters per hour. So what this 3.6 centimeters per hour is indicating, actually it indicates the soil is capable of infiltrating a value of 3.6 centimeters per hour continuously. Okay, but for the 1st hour and 2nd hour, 11th hour and 12th hour, so we did not had the rainfall which was less than this 3.6. So that's why what we came to know, that that's why what this 3.6 is indicating, it is indicating the average infiltration that the soil can take. Okay, but for 1st, 2nd and 11th and 12th hour, the intensity of rainfall were less than this, and hence the amount of infiltration that the soil could have taken is much more than what the intensity of rainfall was. Okay, so this is how basically you can determine the average infiltration index for such kind of problems. Okay.